When I married Jack, I was full of hope and excitement for the future. He was the man who had restored my faith in love, a safe haven after years of navigating turbulent waters alone. With him came Adam, his 18-year-old son. Although I knew it would be a challenge to gain his trust, I never imagined how complex and emotionally challenging our relationship would become. At first, Adam was reserved. He avoided talking to me, limiting our interactions to murmured one-word responses. I understood his resistance. I was an intruder in his life, someone he hadn't chosen. But I believed that with time, he would see my sincere intentions. I threw myself into creating a warm, welcoming home. I cooked his favorite meals, helped Jack plan family activities, and always asked about his day, even knowing he'd likely respond with a vague, "It was fine." Despite my efforts, the wall between us seemed to grow stronger each day. One afternoon, while tidying up the living room, I found Adam sitting alone on the couch, holding an old photo album filled with pictures of his family before I came along. The pain in his eyes was unmistakable. "I miss her," he said suddenly, referring to his mother, who had passed away years earlier. I sat down beside him, keeping a respectful distance. "I know I'll never take her place, Adam. And I don't want to. I just want you to know I'm here if you ever need someone to talk to." He didn't reply, but he didn't pull away either. It was the first time he had acknowledged my presence so openly, and it gave me a glimmer of hope. However, the weeks that followed brought new challenges. Jack worked long hours, often leaving me alone at home with Adam. He was polite, but the coldness in his demeanor was almost tangible. One day, while preparing dinner, I heard heavy footsteps descending the stairs. Adam stormed into the kitchen, his expression furious. "Why do you keep trying?" he demanded abruptly. "You don't have to pretend to care." I was caught off guard by his outburst, but I kept my composure. "I'm not pretending, Adam. I do care. I know this isn't easy for you, but I want us to be a family." He shook his head, laughing bitterly. "Family? You'll never understand what I've lost." His words hit me like a punch. There was no denying their truth. I didn't fully understand his pain, and perhaps I never would. But even so, I wasn't going to give up. Over time, I realized that Adam was a young man deeply in need of connection. He hid his pain behind a facade of anger and indifference. But small moments of vulnerability occasionally surfaced. One night he knocked on my bedroom door. "Can I come in?" he asked, his expression softer than I had ever seen. I nodded, surprised. He sat at the edge of the bed, silent for a few minutes, fidgeting with his hands as if battling something within. "I don't know why I'm telling you this," he began, his voice low, "but I feel lost, like no one really understands me." My heart ached. I knew how difficult it must have been for him to admit that. "Adam, sometimes we all feel that way, especially when we're carrying so much pain. But you're not alone. Jack and I are here for you." He looked at me, his eyes filled with a mix of doubt and hope. That moment marked the beginning of a shift. Adam started to lower his guard, and our conversations became more frequent and honest. He opened up about his mother, about how getting closer to me felt like a betrayal of her memory. I assured him that wasn't true. But not everything was easy. There were setbacks, moments when he closed off again, and I questioned whether I was doing the right thing. Jack and I also faced challenges, as he struggled to balance work and the need to be present for Adam. The turning point came on. A rainy afternoon when Adam came home from school visibly upset. He had argued with a friend, and instead of isolating himself as usual, he came to me. "Can you help me with something?" he asked timidly. I sat down with him, and for the first time, he opened up completely. allowing me to see the weight he carried. It was a moment of real connection, something I had feared we might never achieve. Today, Adam and I are still building our relationship. It's not perfect, and perhaps it never will be. But he has learned to trust me, and I've learned to be patient and present. I've come to understand that families don't form easily or automatically. They are built with patience, understanding, and love, even when it feels impossible. Adam has taught me that pain can be transformed into something new, something that binds us together if we have the courage to face hard truths as a family. This isn't a story of perfect endings, but one of hope, forgiveness, and the strength of the fragile bonds that hold us together.